Alrighty, so another classic old school move here. Although it should be new school, I don't see a lot of my students doing this one and or really knowing how to do it correctly. So I'm gonna nip that in the bud right now. There's two ways you can go about using this. One is gonna really emphasize and bias the glutes. One is really gonna emphasize your thoracic spine as well as the erector supporting it. And you might even get a little rhomboid, teres major, teres minor. So I'm gonna show the glutes version first, then I'll show the T-spine one. So when I set up here, I want to adjust the pad so it's right on my hip bones, right? Just like an RDL, I want to go into a hinge. But to bias the glutes, I'm going to turn my toes slightly out, 45 to 60 degrees, right? By doing that, I should be feeling my glute medius in particular, doing the supporting. Here, I would advise, especially if you're new, chin tucked, grabbing the elbows. And I'm going to let my elbows drop as if it's the bar on a Smith machine. They're not going forward, they're just going straight down. Here, I'm going to take a big exhale and engage my lats, right? But then I'm stopping just short of hyperextension. So again, here, chin tucked, driving my hip into the pad, contracting my lats, pulling up through here, back down. Once you've gotten the hang of that, then you could load with a kettlebell. You could do, let's say you're holding a dumbbell here, kettlebell, whichever you prefer. That's how you're going to go about it for biasing the glutes. Now I'm going to go over how to use this for the T-spine. So this one I'm actually going to lower it a little bit more because I want to get a little bit more hip flexion. And here, I do want to get a little bit of hyperextension. But the key is I want to be pulling through my thoracic spine, not my lower spine or lower back. So here, I wouldn't go toes pointing out. I would go toes pointing forward and narrow your stance just a little bit. I would go hands right on the forehead, right? Here. Thumbs right by your mandibles. I have all the weight on my heels. And I picture like there's two strings on my elbows, and that's what's pulling me back. I'm still contracting my glutes, but this is what's driving me back. Now, once I've nailed that, you could do that with a plate, right? Or you see people doing it like in a plate carry. You could also do it with the hands behind the head. So that's how you would go about using this as a back exercise. And now you know how to bias it for a glute exercise. And certainly I would like to see more people getting back into using this because this was one that was popular when I was a kid that I noticed you don't see in as many gyms anymore. So what are you going to do? Somehow they ended up getting into this apartment. Anyways, have a good one.